Yo, what up, Street Gods? Eric Kim. All right, some turbo thoughts on weightlifting. So, some thoughts that I have on my mind is like thoughts on quote unquote proper form, thoughts on depth, why do people do it and stuff like that. So first thought, like, what is the purpose or the point of weightlifting? Honestly, I think at the end of the day, it's kind of more of a funsies thing, right? Like, it's just more of a personal curiosity. It's like, how much weight can I lift successfully off the ground or on a rack or whatever it is? Also, it's kind of a form of, like, for me, it's like a form of Zen meditation and thinking and testing my limits and stuff like that. And a personal curiosity. So, for example, I'm just curious. I'm like, can I just lift off the ground or not? And I'm just like uncertain, right? And the benefit of attempting to lift a very, very heavy weight is kind of like a form of self-discovery. So, the difference between a rack pull, a deadlift, a block pull, conventional deadlift, sumo deadlift, like what's the point? And also with squat, right? Like micro squat versus above parallel, at parallel, below parallel, a little bit below parallel, ass to grass, all the way down. Like what's the point? I mean, just a personal curiosity. I think I most treat it like Excalibur, right? Like for example, with the rack pull, I just put the heaviest weight on the rack as possible and just see if you can lift it up or not. Like, can you move an inch or not, or will it just not budge? And so for me, even to move something like an inch or a centimeter, 2 centimeters, half centimeter, like off the ground or off the rack or something, even like what I've discovered with squatting and like doing micro squats and stuff like that, for me, the fun and the curiosity is actually getting, like, going under the weight, unracking it, and just walking back. Is like, can my body still just hold it and sustain it? And then even micro squatting half an inch, like I've tried doing a micro squat in the past where it's just like super, super heavy, is that like I unrack it and I can't even just walk backwards. So maybe like a better approach to weightlifting is kind of more of a strongman. Like, could you just like thought experiment, right? And this is even for experienced bodybuilders or powerlifters or whoever is deadlifters. Assuming you have a squat rack, right? Like a power squat rack. Could you just unrack 1,000 pounds or 900 pounds or 800 pounds or 700 pounds? Like, could you just like hold it on your shoulders for a second, or would you just not even be able to push it off? Thought experiment, right? And so for me, actually, the benefit of doing a micro squat or whatever like that is kind of a form of a weight bearing exercise. Like, I think it strengthens your spine. And also the funny thing too is, like, why do people do squats in the first place? Like, why? Like, does it matter if you go all the way down, halfway, kind of halfway, half an inch, micro squat, nano squat? Does it matter? Like, I think it only matters insofar much as if you're maybe competing. But if you're not competing, I think competition's for suckers, right? If you're not competing, then it really doesn't matter. I mean, I've been doing micro squats and my thighs are like tree trunks. They're like turbo thighs, right? They're thunder thighs. I got the thunder thighs, right? So it looks like I'm doing something right. So then the question is, like, are you doing it for a bodybuilding perspective where you just want your leg muscles to get bigger and more swole? Or is it just a strength thing, right? I think a lot of people are not discerning. And this is where I found that all the dudes at the gym are quite myopic and narrow-sighted when it comes to weightlifting. Like, for example, powerlifters, you know. I don't know, lately I don't even like like, you could always spot them is because they got knee wraps, you got the belt, you got the wrist reps. Sometimes they come in the funny spandex suit. And it's too focused on, and then all these guys are like weirdly like low-key competitive and kind of sizing each other up. It's like, why you care, right? Bodybuilders are better, but bodybuilders are funny because, you know, their legs tend to look like twigs. And then the calisthenic guys, you know, the natural body weight guys are kind of funny too because they're just like everyone's trying to prove themselves to be the most superior, the most supreme, the most high. But, you know, I kind of do believe in this idea of like a full stack strength approach where, you know, ideally you should be able to do yoga, weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, everything combined, etc. So ultimately my thought is maybe it's a good idea to become more critical in your thinking about weightlifting. Just wonder yourself, why do you do it?